Greetings to all our fellow Catholics. We are very happy to see you again with us on this journey. May your day be filled with the abundant grace of Christ. We hope you find this video informative and encourage you to subscribe to our channel to stay informed of the latest spiritual guidance. Join us as we explore this important message and listen until the very end. In the peaceful hills of Medjugorje, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Father Petar Ljubicic stands as a beacon of divine communication, sharing urgent messages from the Virgin Mary with the faithful. Its mission is rooted in a deep spiritual calling, which calls for immediate and sincere action. Through his dedication, he underscores a critical warning to us all, a message of hope, but also alarm, urging us to prepare for catastrophic change in the spiritual and moral landscape of the world. Father Petar's journey began with an extraordinary revelation, a warning from the Virgin Mary herself. This message serves as a wake-up call, urging believers to take spiritual preparations seriously. In a world increasingly uncertain and rife with moral challenges, this warning calls us to return to the heart of our faith. Reflecting on this divine communication, Father Petar recognizes the increasing difficulties many face in maintaining their spiritual integrity in a society often indifferent, even hostile, to religious truths. The Virgin Mary's warning, delivered through Father Petar, highlights a troubling trend: humanity's growing distance from the fundamental teachings of Christianity. Empty pews, a decline in vocations, and a spiritual crisis that affects both individuals and entire communities are stark evidence of this growing disconnect. It's not just statistics. They are a call to action, an urgent plea to revive our commitment to God. Father Petar's words are not mere observations. They are a rallying cry for spiritual renewal. A crucial aspect of Father Petar's message is: faith is not something that is maintained passively. It is something that must be actively maintained and protected. He emphasizes that spiritual battles are often the most dangerous because they take place within. The slow erosion of beliefs, creeping doubt, the temptations of a materialistic world. Father Petar encourages the faithful to pray fervently, to make prayer their shield against those invisible forces that threaten to weaken their resolve. Father Petar's teachings resonate deeply with those who feel lost, overwhelmed, or disconnected in this modern world. His message is clear. Faith is not something that goes without saying. It requires daily commitment, constant care, and unwavering resilience. He urges believers to recognize that they must actively pursue their relationship with God through prayer, reflection, and commitment to living out the teachings of Christ. The time has come, as Father Petar warns, to prepare for the challenges ahead. The changes are not just external, but through prayer, unity, and deeper faith, we can endure these trials. This message is not just a warning, but a call to awaken our hearts and renew our faith. Let us heed this divine advice, for only by returning to God and strengthening ourselves spiritually can we weather the coming storm. The mission of Father Petar Ljubicic is of capital importance in these difficult times. His unwavering commitment to revitalizing faith within communities is an essential part of what the world desperately needs. A resurgence of spiritual strength capable of withstanding the increasing trials and tribulations of modern life. Through his work, Father Petar fosters a strong prayer life that not only anchors individuals in their faith, but also equips them to face the challenges of a secular world. At the heart of Father Petar's efforts is creating unity among believers. He understands that in today's world, where materialism and secularism often overshadow the truths of the gospel, the strength of Father Petar fervently encourages the formation of collective prayer and worship groups, viewing these gatherings as vital sources of spiritual nourishment and mutual support. It is in these groups that believers are reminded of their common journey and their strength in numbers, creating an unbreakable bond of faith that no external force can easily break. Father Petar's travels gave him the opportunity to see firsthand the transformative power of community prayer. When believers unite in prayer, a powerful spiritual barrier is formed, one that repels the forces of darkness and fills individuals with renewed hope and courage. These collective prayer efforts not only strengthen the individuals who participate, but also shine as a beacon of light for those who feel disconnected or isolated in their spiritual lives. At these gatherings, the sense of belonging and common purpose is reignited, bringing a deep sense of peace and connection to everyone involved. However, Father Petar's miss. Despite this, Father Petar remains steadfast, knowing that even one soul saved is a monumental victory in God's plan. He understands that the path of faith is not always easy, and that many will struggle to understand the importance of prayer and spiritual unity in the face of a world that often encourages division and doubt. At the heart of Father Petar's teachings is the concept of hope, a hope that is not a mere glimmer of light in the darkness, but an active, driving force that impels believers to persevere. Father Petar expresses this hope as something that must be nurtured, something that motivates individuals to keep moving forward, regardless of circumstances. This type of hope is essential, especially for those who feel discouraged by life's trials. It reminds us that even in the darkest times, there is always a way back to God, and that as long as we have that hope, we are never truly lost. In moments of prayer and meditation, Father Petar feels this hope growing within him. This understanding of hope is not a passive wait, but a call to action, urging believers to remain vigilant and engaged in their spiritual journey, even when the path ahead is strewn with challenges. Father Petar's work is not only to awaken spirituality, but also to strengthen the faith of the community at a time when many are lost. His message is clear. Despite the challenges of skepticism, secularism, and materialism, there is still hope. There is still a way to go. Through prayer, through unity, and through the steadfast love of God. When believers come together in prayer, they become a powerful force against the forces that seek to undermine their faith and peace. The journey may be difficult, but Father Petar reminds us that the light of faith, hope, and prayer will always lead the way. By uniting in prayer, maintaining hope, and remaining steadfast in our commitment to God, we strengthen not only our own faith, but also the broader community of believers. Together, we can withstand. Ultimately, Father Petar's message is one of deep resilience. No matter how powerful the forces of doubt and fear may seem, there is always a way to move forward. The strength to endure, grow, and overcome comes from our unwavering faith, our common hope, and our collective dedication to prayer. With God on our side, and with our communities united in prayer, we will overcome the challenges of this world and continue on the path of spiritual renewal and salvation. Father Petar Lubicic, a mission of hope, unity, and spiritual resilience. Warm greetings to our beloved brothers and sisters in Christ. It's such a blessing to have you with us today as we reflect on the incredible work of Father Petar Lubicic and his mission to awaken and strengthen faith in these difficult times. Please stay with us until the end of this video as we dive deep into the powerful message it conveys from the Virgin Mary. A message that speaks to our hearts with both urgency and hope. Father Petar, a devoted. Yet, despite the rise of materialism, he remains steadfast in his commitment to bringing souls back to God. In his reflections, Father Petar often recalls the words of the Virgin Mary, who recognized the dangers of a society that moves away from faith. The Virgin Mary spoke of the growing coldness in the hearts of humanity, a coldness that makes it difficult for many to embrace the light of God. Father Petar understands that not everyone will listen or respond to the call. But he continues to move forward, knowing that even one soul saved is a victory in the eyes of God. Each time a soul returns to the arms of God, it is a moment of immense spiritual significance, validating the mission they have undertaken. Father Petar's approach is not only concerned with figures or external success. Instead, it focuses on the quality of faith that is rekindled in individuals. The depth of transformation that takes place when a person rediscovers their relationship with God. His journey is not about. Every conversion is a triumph, and every spiritual awakening is a reminder of the power of prayer, hope, and divine mercy. During his journey, Father Petar encounters a range of responses. He meets those whose hearts are hardened by the struggles of life, but he also meets those who thirst for truth and seek a way back to God. Even after long days filled with challenges, Father Petar finds peace in the calm of prayer. In these moments of solitude before the altar, he experiences the profound assurance of the presence of God and the comforting accompaniment of the Virgin Mary, who reminds him that this journey is never made alone. Father Petar's work emphasizes that faith is not a solitary experience. It is a community journey. It encourages believers to unite in prayer, strengthen each other, and create communities of faith capable of resisting the pressures of the secular world. In these communities, believers find solidarity, strength, and mutual encouragement, uniting against the force. One of the central messages conveyed by Father Petar is the importance of spiritual preparation. As we face a world filled with uncertainty, confusion, and trials, Father Petar calls on the faithful to prepare spiritually for the challenges ahead. The message of the Virgin Mary, shared by Father Petar, is clear. Prayer, community, and active hope are the essential tools we need to navigate the darkness that threatens to envelop the world. Father Petar reminds us that by resisting the temptations of the world and remaining firm in our faith, we can protect ourselves and our loved ones from the destructive forces of secularism and sin. Despite the many obstacles he faces, including skepticism and resistance from individuals and groups within the Church, Father Petar continues his mission with courage and conviction. He is fully aware that his work is not aimed at immediate and visible success. Rather, it is about the deep and lasting impact that faith can have on the hearts of individuals. Father Petar's journey is both a physical and spiritual odyssey, spreading the message of redemption and renewal across the world. In doing so, he embodies the unwavering belief that God's love is greater than any obstacle, and that despite challenges, faith will ultimately prevail. Through his unwavering commitment to the mission entrusted to him, Father Petar shows us the power of hope and the importance of remaining spiritually vigilant in the face of adversity. Ultimately, Father Petar Ljubicic's mission is a call to all of us. It is a call to return to God, to guard our hearts from the distractions of the world, and to be united in prayer and hope. Through this unity, we can create a spiritual force capable of overcoming any obstacle, no matter how intimidating it may seem. Every small victory, every soul saved, affirms that we are on the right path and that faith is the true guiding light in this world. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Your presence and commitment are a source of encouragement to us all as we continue to walk together in faith. Until next time, may you find strength, peace, and hope as you stand firm in the light of God's love.